Does Jackson Hole matter on Friday? It's going to be Jerome Powell's last Jackson Hole symposium. We'll hear from him on Friday morning. And how does that matter? Or does it even matter to dividend investors? I thought I would just do something different and just quickly kind of talk about thoughts for Friday. Today is Wednesday. It's after the close. It's August 20th. So I might look around here, but wanted to quickly just talk about what should happen Friday, or what could happen Friday. We don't know what they'll say, obviously, but does it matter to dividend investors? And what how can we think about it? So this week the market has kind of gone down, and you can see this chart behind me. This is actually a volume profile chart of the S&P, specifically the S&P futures, actually. And here's Friday of last week. You can see we kind of were just going sideways, really. And then Monday, Tuesday, today's Wednesday, we really sold off yesterday, and then even into this morning, and then have kind of bounced this afternoon. So that's what today's market looked like. But you saw some headlines about the Nasdaq being down yesterday, and a lot of it is in anticipation of what Jerome Powell and the Fed are going to say on Friday from being at Jackson Hole. They go to Jackson Hole every year. So what should dividend investors watch for? So some of the things that will be at stake are going to be just policy clarity, not looking for promises. The analysts are expecting Powell will focus on the Fed updated decision-making framework. Are they going to lower rates? When will they lower rates? The pretty much the expectation is that they will cut rates in September. And so is Powell going to have, a lot of it is in his tone. Will he be dovish? Which means that would be positive. Will he be neutral, or will he be negative? Hawkish is what you'll hear or see on headlines, around that. And that he could significantly sway sentiment based upon just his tone and how he sounds, and that could create some market volatility. Let's see, some of the other things to kind of watch for are, he's been very, he's had a lot of criticism, even from the other Fed governors, and especially from President Trump. So he's under unprecedented scrutiny. And, does this speech, will it affirm the Fed's independence from, the White House, which really there should be separation there. That's the whole point, right? So when it comes to dividends and our dividend investments, that's what we do here at Fish Creek. We focus on dividends and dividend investments and dividend growth specifically. How could that affect us? So if Powell signals caution with just the economy or inflation or unemployment, and is hawkish in his tone, and that creates volatility, that's actually good for us, because that means investors might shift toward high quality dividend growing stocks. So that means companies with resilient cash flow, the ability to maintain or increase their dividend payouts. And that's exactly what we anchor on when it comes to dividend investors and dividend growth investors. So, does it matter? It really doesn't matter. We're focused on the long term with our dividend investments. We are focusing on companies with strong management, strong cash flow, that are consistently paying that dividend back out to us as investors, as shareholders of those companies, as owners in those companies. And we're in it for the long term. So could there be volatility Friday? Absolutely. Does it affect our ownership in companies as shareholders? Not necessarily. We just want to keep our long-term focus. We want to stay focused on the plan, and that's very important. So if you don't have a plan, would love to help you. Again, here at Fish Creek Capital, we focus on dividend growing companies and dividend growth portfolios. Please like and follow the page for more information like this. Again, this is something a little different. Friday is the big deal for this week as far as what the markets are waiting on. So let's see what happens. Thanks for watching.